jack these beats and shit. If your shit is hot, I'm taking it. Yo, to all my grimy girls in Illinois, I love you. Be ready when daddy comes home. I got this half Spanish European broad from Waukegan. I met her at the Subterranean one week, and I was on the open mic and she was in the crowd peeping. She told me she's in love with me, I told her I believe it. Got a Puerto Rican mommy from Humble Park. She writes me all types of love letters from the heart. I can't get too close, I fall in love with the chick. She probably tear me all apart and had me feeling all sick. Got a bra for Palatine, goddamn she's fine. She thinks we getting married, bitches out of rabbit ass mine. She's full of shit, she be telling massive ass lies. Next week I might hit it for my very last time. Got a broke bitch from Elgin, she's straight. I'm broken, I'm from Elgin, so we kinda relate. I check in with her every time I'm in the ill state, cause I be missing her. She knows how to make me feel great. I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, Got this one broad from Naperville, she's a bitch. Can't let it go though, man, she's crazy rich. She's stupid, all she really wants to do is argue and fight. She's got that bread, I'm like, whatever, I just let it be right. I got a broad named Laura from the east side of Aurora. She ain't shit, I done fucked her in the man's Explorer. She reminds me of this chick that I got in Joliet, but I ignore her, she flips and acts inappropriate. I got a hood rat from Carpentersville, she's cool, she makes me laugh like hell, cause she's a complete fool. Slick little bitch, she sells dope down in Foxview. She loves to maintain, I had that ghetto bitch rob. Got a Bellwood broad that looks like Manny Fresh, mixed with a little funk master flex. Gotta close my eyes every time we're having sex. I can't let it go, the bitches got mad connects. I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, Got a bra from Maywood, bitch is straight hood. She killed for me, but the pussy really ain't good. But she blasting me, she got some mental issues. I keep her around, it could be beneficial. Got a bra from the shop, she loves to smoke herb. She's like I'm from the south side, I'm like soul from the burbs. Bitch is kinda goofy, but for real I'm not dissing her. It's not really your fault, she was born in ghetto prison. Got a blonde from Boulder Hill, she knows the deal. Shit, we kick it like a couple is supposed to chill. We conversate, we watch movies, we mold and build. She's kinda gangster, she's cute when she holds my steel. Got this beautiful broad from Rockford that I met in Schaumburg at Woodfield when I was buying it fit. She's a motherfucking freak to the bone. I hit it one time, I can't leave it alone. I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, Yo. Nah, it is. Illinois bitches are the grimiest, everybody knows that. Harvey bitches, Evanston, all over Chicago, north side, west side, south side, Oswego, Montgomery, Dalton, Peoria bitches are grimy. East St. Louis bitches are definitely grimy. Danville bitches are grimy. Springfield, as I say Springfield. I don't trust none of you hoes. None of you. Fuck that shit. You know how I do. I jack these beats and shit. If your shit is hot, I'm taking it. Yo. To all my grimy girls in Illinois, I love you. Be ready when daddy comes home. I got this half Spanish European broad from Waukegan. I met her at the Subterranean one week, and I was on the open mic and she was in the crowd peeping. She told me she's in love with me, I told her I believe it. Got a Puerto Rican mommy from Humble Park. She writes me all types of love letters from the heart. I can't get too close, I fall in love with the chick. She probably tear me all apart and had me feeling all sick. Got a bra for Palatine, goddamn she's fine. She thinks we getting married, bitches out of rabbit ass mind. She's full of shit, she be telling massive ass lies. Next week I might hit it for my very last time. Got a broke bitch from Elgin, she's straight. I'm broken, I'm from Elgin, so we kinda relate. I check in with her every time I'm in the ill state, cause I be missing her. She knows how to make me feel great. I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, Got this one broad from Naperville, she's a bitch. Can't let it go though, man, she's crazy rich. She's stupid, all she really wants to do is argue and fight. She's got that bread, I'm like, whatever, I just let it be right. I got a broad named Laura from the east side of Aurora. She ain't shit, I done fucked her in the man's Explorer. She reminds me of this chick that I got in Joliet, but I ignore her, she flips and acts inappropriate. I got a hood rat from Carpentersville, she's cool, she makes me laugh like hell, cause she's a complete fool. Slick little bitch, she sells dope down in Foxview. She loves to maintain, I had that ghetto bitch rob. Got a Bellwood broad that looks like Manny Fresh, mixed with a little funk master flex. Gotta close my eyes every time we're having sex. I can't let it go, the bitches got mad connects. I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, Got a bra from Maywood, bitch is straight hood. She killed for me, but the pussy really ain't good. But she blasting me, she got some mental issues. I keep her around, it could be beneficial. Got a bra from the Shy, she loves to smoke herb. She's like I'm from the south side, I'm like so from the burbs. Bitch is kinda goofy, but for real I'm not dissing her. It's not really your fault, she was born a ghetto prisoner. Got a blonde from Boulder Hill, she knows the deal. Shit, we kick it like a couple is supposed to chill. We conversate, we watch movies, we mold and build. She's kinda gangster, she's cute when she holds my steel. Got this beautiful broad from Rockford that I met in Schaumburg at Woodfield when I was buying it fit. She's a motherfucking freak to the bone. I hit it one time, I can't leave it alone. I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, I love girls, 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 grimy girls from Illinois. Now hit me up if I'm in town, and if your man is not around, you got my number, call me up and we'll clown, Yo. Nah, it is. Illinois bitches are the grimiest, everybody knows that. Harvey bitches, Evanston, all over Chicago, north side, west side, south side, Oswego, Montgomery, Dalton, Peoria bitches are grimy. East St. Louis bitches are definitely grimy. Danville bitches are grimy. Springfield, as I say, Springfield. I don't trust none of you hoes. None of you. Fuck that shit.
S&S stakes. You can almost see that it was almost like a railroad car years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Old railroad car diner. The old Nelson glass. You know what I love about the architecture in Harvey is how they put these turrets on a square building. I mean, and they just jutted them out, you know? If you notice that on a lot of the old Harvey buildings.
Broadway?
Yep.
They say the neon lights are bright.
No. Oh, there it's in the front window, Rubel Auto Supply. And that used to be, next to it was the original Harvey Police Department, not the original, but it was the Harvey Police Department back in the 60s. And then they built this center on the right, which is now considered Harvey City Hall. Golden Coin restaurant used to stand in this site, which a lot of us used to cut classes and go there and have coffee. The Harvey Park District building. I'll always remember Mark's Harvey for the Argyle patterns and stuff. Men's Argyle socks.
Oh,
and the
man.
Argyle look V-neck sweaters. And,
I wouldn't wear those.
You know, the loafers with the tassels on them that the guys wore that they bought at Mark's. The shark skin suits that they buy at Mark's. They didn't tear it all down.
Well, we got part of the train station left here. There you go. Probably the original building.
Well, that is the original. This building right here. That was Pabst Blue Ribbon. Blue Motto. A lot of guys work at Blue Motto. And then the black building coming up is Dr. Greenspan's old optometric building. It was Gloria's and then Gino's Steakhouse right next door here. So this was Gino's before they built the one out on 163rd and Halsted. Laundromat building that's been a laundromat for many, many years. Back in the late 50s, early 60s, my grandparents, Harry and Adeline Welsheimer, ran that laundromat. And as a kid, I used to go up on the roof with my grandpa because they lived in the apartments above it. And we used to go on the back roof, and Grandpa had all of his flower beds, flower pots planted on the roof, and we'd go and do our gardening. On 154th Street.
First National Bank building at 182 East. Here's the Stevenson building. And here is the old Oliver drugstore at 154th and Center. Original Harvey City Hall.
Right.
On 154th Street. Being renovated into a historical center. Here's the old Jean's Bakery, still in operation. And we're looking out the front, across to 154th. And I wonder if that sign there was, how old that is, the neon sign.
55 years.
55 years old, my God. This is definitely a classic bakery, just like when we grew up. I'm getting hungry already. And here's Irene. You have anything to say to anybody?
Hi to everybody.
And when did you guys start this?
My in-laws started it 55 years ago.
55. And how's Jean doing today?
She's doing fine. She's going to be 90 the 18th of May.
18th of May. My goodness. Of course, it's 2003. I better mention that. We never... And here's some of the wedding stuff. And it's... well, bakeries never change a lot. Now, Sister Batilda's, I'm told, was oft talked about by Harvey's own comedian, Tom Dreesen. And this here is Don Dainert's first communion at Ascension Church. We figure 1941. And that's probably looking down, 153rd, looking west. That would be the school in the back there. Church would be just to the right. And that was a big day. And oh, the girls love to get dressed up. And there's a look down Myrtle looking north from 153rd. And you can see some of the old homes. And as I'm told, Carol Dainert's confirmation, about the late 1940s. And this is looking west down 153rd, right next to Ascension. Very colorful. And of course the procession looking north down Myrtle. They went all out in those days. And the cardinal, I believe, coming up here. The bishop. And here's the Majors Auto Supply, the old Majors. Still Major Motor.
These guys go around me.
And we're at 154th and Vine.
Vine, and up here on Ashland is the old Norge Cleaners, and it's still got the old Norge cleaner ball on their sign. It's now a grocery store. Alderman Drugs, no longer in business, but I think it's kind of phenomenal to look at the Salem cigarette sign down on the front corner, and the Dorel sign, and I think there's a Marlboro sign, and it looks just like it closed for the night. But who knows how long ago it was closed. Okay, we're coming up. This is 154th and Page. If you turn right on Page Avenue, that beige building right down there used to be Dr. Graff's office.
Oh, okay.
And where Popeyes is where the old Carol's Hamburgers was.
From James Davis, a Harvey resident and Thornton teacher, 1966, July 4th. There's Carol's Hamburgers and Leonard's Midwest store. And these are home movies, folks. Harvey Fire Department. And there's the hamburgers and the jewel in the back you saw real quick. Looking westbound on 154th. There's the Homewood Volunteer Fire Department, I think. And Deborah Bryant, Miss America, for 1966. Boy, what a year for Harvey that was. And the old Standard Station. There's the Harvey City Council float. 1966. Let's go to the other end. And from the other end of 154th, from the Ping family of 149th and Morgan, July 4th, 66. It was raining. There's the Ping girls. The old Harvey shoes, 147, it says on there. 149, kind of hard to read. And next to it, Harvey Bakery, Surma's Bakery. And the old Harvey Fire Department. And in the background, you see the Rothschilds department store. You see the old Scott's store in the back there, drugstore. That goes back many years. And there's Mrs. Ping. And these are old home movies. There's a Thornton band. We slow these things down a little bit so you can catch something anyway. And these were big events back then. And this is Miss America again, who we've seen before. Deborah Bryant. And Harvey's 75th Jubilee. And the old clown band from Ottawa, Illinois, and they were a staple of every July 4th parade. Now here we go to 1967. You can see the First National Bank in the back. Looks like a church float here. See a liquor store there. I'm proud to be an American, it said. (1966). And from down the street comes yet another 67 version of the July 4th parade. You see the old paints and wallpaper, the hardware store there. First Christian church around the corner. And this is from Glenn Thorstad. There's the Harvey Fire Department Auxiliary. And the Shriners on their motorcycles every year. And there's Barney Pearson, who was Uncle Sam. A lot of people knew him. First National Bank float. And the First State Bank.
And the corner there used to be
Jewel
Foods.
Okay, here we go at Ingalls Hospital.
And this is about as close as you can get it on film because it's so big now. It's better.
Now this old gas station is on what street?
154th and Page.
Alrighty, and I wonder if there's
Cars coming.
that's Dr. Graff's old office right there.
And Celebrity Limousine Building. I think that used to be an old drugstore, but I can't remember the name of it. Which
And
is
Bell's.
named after the Dells singing group from (148th and Page). On the left-hand side used to be Gauchos, and on the right-hand side was the new Triple F Foods. If you see the sign up there, it's still Triple F Foods. And Page Avenue Bike Shop used to be in one of these buildings. And then on the left is Leo's Hardware, which was Leo's Hardware back in the 60s and still is Leo's Hardware. And then Diane Ladislas mentioned this corner building here. Now this is Sibley Boulevard in front of us, 147th. She mentioned this corner bar, and we're all trying to remember what it used to be called. Nobody can remember. And then to the right, over the trees and the power lines, you can still see remnants of the old Wyman Gordon Company, Ingle Shepherd Wyman Gordon, which if you pan to the east, they tore all the original hammer shop and everything down.
Yeah. Back to 1968 here. We're going to sneak down to 147th and Dixie from James Davis. There's the old Robert Hall. Oh, boy. Best suits in the country. And building's still there today in 2003 under a different name. And that's on the southeast corner. And looking eastward down Sibley, 147th. You'll see the gas station here, Texaco. It's still there under a name. And there's the old CET television down the street. Say it, CET. Mohawk 44100 CET for television. And Sammy Davis Jr. Liquors at one time there on the right. There's the old Tom McGann, which was on the northeast corner. And looking a little north down Dixie here. Great pictures from Mr. Davis. And the Ford dealership. Now looking west towards Posen. 1968.
Sibley Lumber on the right. Diane Ladislas mentioned again. Remember when there used to be an antique car on top of this building up here? An old antique car, which is gone now. This is the old Sibley Lumber, which is the new Sibley Lumber to some of us that grew up in Harvey. Because the original Sibley Lumber used to sit at the end of 147th and Justine, right here where this church is. I grew up 146th and Justine. Coming up on the left at the end of this block is the old Dog and Suds of Harvey. Sign still. The original building looks like it did. The old Dog and Suds. And that was owned by some former Elks. I can't remember their name right now.
The old Dairy Queen coming up.
Yep. This used to be the ice skating rink set. And Wally's Foods used to sit on this side of Lexington and work down in the 60s. Dairy Queen on the right. The old Dairy Queen. It's now a rib store. And then the old Chevrolet dealer.
And let's stop here on Turlington and go a block north, but back to the 1940s, and visit Don Daynard and his family. And here's Don a bit later showing us how to use the top. And 147th or Sibley in the background there. Check this out. Unbelievable. And his dad showing us how to really do it. That's Joe Daynard. He was a mailman in Harvey, as I'm told. And, of course, marbles were a big hit back then. Remember the old Steelies and the Cat's Eye? Oh, boy. And what did the kids do in the 1930s and 40s? Well, here's Don Daynard. And baseball was number one in Harvey back then, without a doubt. And let's see old Don step up to the plate here and take a couple swipes. Oh, boy. That was the national pastime back then, folks. 1940, Harvey mailmen, Ed and Joe Dainert, from 14829 Turlington. And the going story with these two is a young lad used to follow them on their rounds and pester them, so they'd lock him up in one of the mailboxes. I guess he got out because later on he became a very famous Hollywood actor and singer, Bill Hayes, TTHS 1948. And here's Carol Dainert, as I'm told, with a Sonia Henning doll. And don't leave home without one if you were a girl in the 1940s. And a little bit of jump rope here. Of course, Mom's got to get in the act. And old Dad, I think, has got to steal a few scenes with the old scooter. Remember those? And back then, this is where we got our sand, from the Thornton Quarry. It wasn't so deep back then. They were working on it over here. This is the Dainert family. Of course, nowadays, you got to pay $1 a bag to get the stuff for your sandbox. And a lazy Sunday afternoon, a Dainert family, and some of the neighbors, of course. And they didn't have TV in those days, folks, so there was a lot of socializing.
The old Sibley Cleaners. And that building, that gray building on the corner, 169, used to be, on the left side was the Penny Candy Store, and on the right side was Louie's Barber Shop. A lot of the boys used to get their hair cut there. Am I going too fast for you, Carol? Coming up on Bryant School on the right, Harvey Fire Department Station number 2 on the left. On the left here was the old Pager's Hardware. See, now Chuck's Hobby Shop is gone.
This is a 50-yard line, Bradshaw.
Right. Over here, this used to be Tom Cheney Porsche Audi. First they were here, then they were there, and then they were there, and then they were there. It's like old Tom Cheney's.
Yeah, 149th,
Yeah,
right here.
Peggy lived right up here on the right. I can't remember exactly which house.
That one, right on the corner. 14900, the Ping residence.
Okay.
And there used to be a downtown Harvey sign right here in front of the home.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And there's the sign, 1967, looking south. There's Halsted Street. There's a little gas station or used car dealer back then. Now we're looking north down Halsted towards Sibley. And down 149th Street, some of the Ping neighbors. This was taken by Mr. Ping, Sue Ping Barnes' father. And there they are, clearing out their walk in front of their home. 149th and Morgan. Remember that blizzard? There's the Ping home, and look at the traffic. Oh, Lord. 1967, the Great Blizzard. And another look at the Ping house on 149th and Morgan. Here's the Thornton Field house.
Harvey Pool on the right. And then that goes into Harmon Park. What we knew as Harmon Park. They've renamed it. Gloria Taylor Memorial Park now. But I wonder how much hand-holding and kissing was done in this park. I remember some. Good old Harmon Park. They don't have the merry-go-round there anymore, Carl.
Well, here's the baby swings anyway. 1968, courtesy of Don Daynert. Community college here in these Quonset huts where I went.
And wasn't this house Teen Togs? Remember Teen Togs from Thornton?
Maybe you wore them, but I didn't.
I'm asking if you remembered the building. I hope you didn't wear it.
And here's part of the old school, and coming up to the gym, which was built in 1949. And once had a dance here called the Purple Spots because somebody threw some purple paint on the front of the building. And a little bit of the northwest end of the school, courtesy of Bob Erickson, class of 65. And notice the purple and white sidewalk coming up here from the 1999 centennial. And here's a gem, the 1969 TTHS Homecoming Parade. There's Willard Seville, shop teacher. This film is very shaky, so we had to slow it up a little bit here. Maybe you can pick somebody out. That's looking down Broadway north. And homecomings were usually in October. They were playing the Bremen Owls in this football game. Charles Moore, science teacher. Sam Camilli, a gym teacher, later basketball coach. And there's James Heiner, English teacher. And George Lercher, a very favorite counselor of many. The old 1958 part of the school there. And part of the parade, marching band. And the Tietz. And these were taken by James Davis. A Wail of a Victory. James Davis was a social studies teacher. Father of Mary Busick and others. Don't Rub Us. And this says, Mother Goose says, Turtle the Owls, the Bremen Owls. Pretty sure we beat Bremen that day. We usually did. Here's the varsity cheerleaders. And Huddleston Field, well, that's named after Tiny Huddleston, the athletic director back then. There's George Lercher again. And this is from the stage play at last. Stanley DeSantis, 71 grad, later acted in Hollywood. And our last float here, the Human Relations Club. It's like they were playing cards. Hope we got one more, the Hoofers.
Alumni, guests, friends, starting at 1 o'clock, some of our students who are involved in theater are ready to present to you.
This is the courtyard. Excuse me. Sorry, I'll...
Mix up the parts and see if you can put them back together. I would say, oh, look at that.
there's a red van with license plates TFD #1 with your lights on. There's a red van, license plate number TFD #1. Your lights are on.
Here we are on the Thornton stage. Oh my God.
Bruce.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. I know, but did you remember that?
Bruce, what are your memories of this?
Well, this is great. So
Our trapdoor.
the trapdoor,
Yep.
and we did Peter Pan, and we had the orchestra pit filled with foam rubber so nobody would get hurt. And when everybody jumped off the pirate ship, they jump into that orchestra pit with all these chunks of foam rubber that we got from some furniture place. And boy, the place still seems the same. New sound system.
Yeah, let me.
Homer Renfro was standing right about here. Right over.
Did you bring your tunnel pass? Did you bring your tunnel pass?
No, do I need one?
You need one, sure you do. That's what all the freshmen found out the hard way.
This has been a wonderful celebration. And we want you to know we'll send you home in a while. To let you know that we really appreciate you being here this weekend. And we know that we have put our best for you. And we let you know that Thornton is still the best high school in the South Side. I think years ago, they put Harvey here, they said Harvey High School was the best. And there's not better than Thornton High School with the tradition and things that citizens from Harvey and the high school are getting to this great country. Again, I want to welcome you all. God bless you. Come back next year, the year after, because I don't think we're going to be here for like 200 years. Thornton Spirit, the Thornton School Song.
And from Dave Miller Sr. of Riverdale, Illinois, the TTHS 1948 graduation held on the old football field, which is the site of the present-day gym. There's the Thornton Band. That's 150th and Main Street, southeast corner. There's Dottie Hobbs of Flossmoor, Illinois. And Roy Dan Cole. And check this out. Baton twirling was a big thing back in 48. Pretty fancy. In the back, you could see the garage from Thornton. There's part of the school. And here come the majorettes. And pomp and circumstance as the graduates arrive. Bill Brown and Marilyn Dupree are a couple in there. And they held these outside. They didn't have a large enough facility to handle all the people. That'd been May or June of 1948. There's Main Street in the background. And a great crowd. Old football field in the back. 1948 graduation.
In March of 1961, Thornton High School came second in the state in the basketball tournament. And here's the parade home. We're going down Governor's Highway, actually 175th Street. And a little bit accident there. And on the left would have been the Calumet Country Club. Look at the fins on that car. 1961. And see the country club on the right. Quite a parade. Look at that. And here's the curve going by Surma's. Gas was 29 cents. Oh, boy. And going down Wood Street here. And everybody came out to welcome their Wildcats home. And 154th Street, near Myrtle or Vine. You'll see the Walgreens on the left here in a bit. And we hadn't won a state championship in basketball since 1933 in Lou Boudreau. There's the Walgreens. So this was a big deal. Look at the old police cars. My goodness. And there's the Thornton Gym. And all the schools came out. Bremen. Bremen salutes you. Now, who would believe that? And we were quite proud of them. And there's a rally outside the gym. Here's a classic shot of a Harvey squad. And the team arrives. And some of the members were Al Dainert, Leon Clark, Bob Caress. There's Bob Caress there. And they were quite happy. Bob Hanrahan on the left. And this would open the doors in the next 11 years. Thornton and Thornridge would win 3 state championships and 1 4th place. So this team set the standard. And they went all out. Even had a fireworks show. Wow. 1961. And here's my favorite shot, the TTHS beanie.
For Thornton High School, number 32, at forward, 6'2", a senior, Bob Landowski. Number 34, at forward, 6'5", a senior, Paul Gilliam. Center, 6 feet 7 inches tall, a senior, Jim Ard. 6 feet tall, a senior, Richard Rattery. 6 feet 1 inch tall, a senior Lamar Thomas. And the coach of Thornton, Bob Anderson.
Jimard feeds underneath. Rattery is all alone, and what a night he is having. In this first few minutes, he has scored 7 points of Thornton's 8. 59th Illinois High School Association Basketball Tournament is being brought to you by the men and women of Illinois Bell Telephone. Jimard, number 35, hands upraised there, will remind you a lot of Bill Russell before this evening is over. And Rattery has another. Dick Rattery going crazy for Thornton, 12-8. Gets the bat in from Jasperson. But this time Lamar Thomas takes it. He's all alone, and it's 2 points. Lamar Thomas. Dick Rattery. He did it again. It's 20 points. Dick Rattery is hotter than Depot Stove here tonight, 37-17. And momentary lapse there as Dale Kelly, who was not quite ready for it, and Swanson, as he fed it instead to Lamar Thomas, and that's 2 more points for Thornton. These are the Thornton Rooters whooping it up. These are the Thornton Rooters whooping it up. 4 minutes left to play, 3:51. Thornton's lead is 12 points, 64-52. They had been leading by 20 points. And then they suffered the crushing loss of their big man. Rattery feeding to get him underneath. The ball goes through the hoop and a foul call on Jasperson. Ross has it again. Fadeaway jumper is over the rim. It's just about the end of the game. There it is. The gun sounds. And now the Thornton celebration is on. Coach Bob Anderson is hoisted into the air. The photographer is taking the picture of it as they prepare for the trophy presentation behind him. The Thornton High School of Harvey defeating Galesburg 74-60, holding the vaunted Dale Kelly to 12 points. And the Thornton Rooters are waving adieu as the team gathers out on the court.
Wow, a great day for Harvey. 15,000 fans greeted the team. And Jimard went on to play for the 76 world champ Boston Celtics. Hats off also to the 1990 football team under Coach Bill Moselle, which won state. And now we're going to go back to 1933 and listen to what Lou Boudreau has to say about that great team.
If we could pass the ball behind our back, between our legs, and just run. And he instilled that in us with angles, of course, of breaking for the basket. And we were named the Flying Clouds by a great gentleman who was Pat Harmon, who was a sports writer at Champaign, Illinois at that time. And the Flying Clouds indicated that we were moving quickly.
But at the state finals, Springfield coach Mark Peterman, who had led Canton to the 1928 title, grounded the Flying Clouds.
There wasn't many teams that could run with us at Thornton and compete with us. So we held the ball out in the final championship game, and finally Nesbitt made a couple of free throws and 2 baskets, who was high scorer at the time. And we won 14-13. after I remember in 5 seconds, they had the last shot at the basket.
Boudreaux, a future All-America at Illinois and Baseball Hall of Famer, was captain as a sophomore and held that leadership role on a permanent basis. Thornton went to the title game the next 2 years, but fell short.
But then coming back 2 years later, Mark Peterman beat us with Scheffler as a great basketball player for Springfield. But it wasn't the slow break. In those days, if you scored 29 points, that was a lot of points.
A great man, a great school, and a great tradition. Now let's get back in the car and continue our drive about in Harvey with Debbie Lundmark. Boudreaux residence at 22 East. Has a orange Volkswagen in the front. And here's the Kane house with the infamous curved roof. And a couple lions here to greet you on the front.
Now, was that Little League?
No, this is Thornton's Field.
This is Thornton's Field, okay. God, I don't remember that.
And here we go with the Thornton Wildcat baseball team, 1961. And Don Dainert's brother, Al, is playing. He was class of 61. The good old baseball field. And the old Little League field on Lexington over there. And still in great shape. Built in 1950, state of the art. And if you look on top, still got the little pennants. On the grandstand there. A lot of memories here. And I'm going to take a pitch here. I could never make the Little League, so here's my shot at age 50 plus. But forgot to bring a ball, so we'll take a gander and let's go up to the plate here and take a swing, huh? And if you ever batted here at the league, this is what you saw. The old Herrick Pharmacy used to be here years ago. On this side.
Now, I want to go by Model Foods just because I didn't when I went a couple weeks back.
We're going eastbound on 147th or Sibley. George's Electronics coming up on the left. See, I know something about Harvey.
Very good.
And by the X there was George's Electronics in the 1960s on up. But in the early 1900s, it was the Amanda Smith Orphanage. Beautiful building run by an African-American woman of great credit and note. Of course, the Illinois Central Station. And
beyond that was where Arts Roller Rink was.
And we're coming up to the old roller rink. Here's the old IC station.
Going under a viaduct. Belongs on a Harvey tape.
Oh, what a good shot. And here's the old Arts roller rink. It's not there anymore, but... used to be a Chevrolet, I believe. Oldsmobile.
Used to be an Oldsmobile dealer. But what I wanted you to really get is that old water tower.
The Leaning Tower of
Model Foods.
Model Food, which we'll get here.
And the old Model Foods. Remember the pink flamingos and the tropical birds that used to be in the doorways of the old Model Food? Look at how that baby's leaning. Petticoat Junction comes to mind when I look at that old water tower.
Oh boy, old Model Foods. And we're going down westbound on 155th. Past the old post office. And here is a beautiful shot of one of my favorite streets in Harvey. Most beautiful homes.
155th. The Harvey Public Library on the right. Oh yeah, we got to get Oddfellows Hall.
Okay, here's the Federated Church. And the Turlington Court Apartments.
Remember I told you in the email it had a blue tarp on the roof the last time I came by?
The Oddfellows Hall.
It's the McKinley School?
McKinley School.
I think. Yeah, it's now called Maya Angelou School.
Yeah, here's 158th and Wood and Wasso's, I think, used to be.
Wasso's right there.
And the old Wasso's market is still there. And VIA James Davis and his daughter Mary Busick. Here are some fantastic shots. 159th, there's the expressways. There, Canterbury Shopping Center on the other side. And a little bit of the rural area of Harvey. And there's the old Tops. Remember Tops? Aldi was there later, right near Dixie Highway. And coming up here, we're going to see the old Green Shingle Restaurant. Wow. See it on the right there? Remember that? 159th and Dixie. Fantastic. 1968. And another shot here of the green shingle. You can see the sign on the right there.
We're 59th going east from Wood Street. Coming up to Park Avenue up there and the IC tracks. And beyond that, we can catch
That's Paulina.
Old, yeah, that was Paulina. This is Marshfield. Then we go Ashland. Boy, the trees are getting big. I think that's one thing I've really noticed over the years is how big the trees are now.
Some of the old neighborhoods here for some of the
Myrtle Avenue.
I remember the old hula hoops, and those were the fad of the 1950s. You could get them for about $1.69 back then, and everyone had to have one. And here's Shirley Hay Kotef and her children and their backyard at 154th and Myrtle. And here's Shirley showing you how to do it. Go, Shirley. And here's an old trick, the old comeback trick. Remember that one? The old hula hoops. And let's stop the car and go a couple blocks north and see what's happening in Harvey in the 1940s. Here's Bob Roach, who's presently a member of the South Suburban Genealogical and Historical Society at 15700 Turlington, about 1940, 41, somewhere around there. And you can see Lowell School in the background here. And boy, some classic cars, huh? And Harvey was jumping back then. Oh, look at this one, huh? And out for a Sunday ride. And of course, the girls like riding their bikes. This is in front of the Emsber family home. Ah, Harvey on a Sunday afternoon, huh?
I think it's kind of bizarre when you get up to the viaduct. How years ago, it used to be 2 lanes going through the viaduct. Now they've narrowed it down to 1.
Here's 159th and Park heading east.
Going through the viaduct. If anybody ever remembers anything about Harvey, you'll have to remember the viaducts.
And the back.
And you used to put 2 cars through these viaducts. They don't anymore. Ouch. I felt that.
A lot of history here. The old Harvey Motel coming up on the left.
Yep.
And the Sunset Lounge would be on the right. There's the Harvey Motel.
Yep.
Coming up on the left.
Buses in front
Meritech.
And R&S Food and Liquors there used to be the G11 owned by Dr. Graff, named after Graff and the 11 kids. And on the right is the old Trendsetter.
Okay.
which was in the 60s. It was a head shop. Used to have all the tie-dyed T-shirts in here and everything.
And this is the old Bel Air Motel that was on the left.
And on the left, where it says cash loans and car titles, that was the old Prince Castle's restaurant.
And let's stop and have a little chicken at Surma's Restaurant here in 1968. And the building was built in 1959 after a fire in the original. We'll be seeing the Dixie Governor Motel here upcoming. The old East Hazelcrest sign. And good shot of the Standard Oil. And the old curve there at 175th Governor's Highway. And the Dixie Governor Motel. Looks like a newer gas station being built here. Well, that's it, folks. We didn't get everywhere or to everybody, but hey, maybe next time, you know. And I'd like to say thanks to a couple special people. The lady on the left, Joni Hoy, our Harvey, Illinois forum host, and Debbie Lundmark in the middle. Hi to Faye on the right. And while you folks are tooling around, I'm going back to Arts Roller Rink and gonna do a little bit of skating. I'll see ya.
What's up, yeah, hold it down, though. I'm about to lay this. Yeah, okay, next. All right, check it out. First of all, let's get it straight. I don't really give a fuck about a sucker that hates it if you're not bumping my tape. Throw the shit in the garbage, hell, you pay for the bitch. A million more just like you, and you're making me rich. You notice how I talk shit like I'm packing a gun. And while you take some perks, I know I'm just having some fun. I'm having out a strategy on stacking my funds. At the